Hello my friends, this is Pedro Miguel Costa speaking from CineKenta Studios. I'm a filmmaker, I'm a photographer, but I'm also an inventor. And this camera is one of my biggest projects. It's an Arritechno, the most sold Arri camera in the world. It would go to labs, hospitals. I even found some images of this camera being used on hospitals, being used by BMW, but I know that this camera was used also by NASA. This specific model would shoot up to 90 frames per second. I have another model that would shoot 150 frames per second. Either if you needed to watch your heart beating in slow motion by using a special X-ray film, either if you want to analyze the suspension of a BMW in action and you needed to slow down everything, this would be the camera. In 2017, the man that created this advanced film mechanism, there's a video when the Arri celebrated 100 years in 2017, and the creator of this shutter mechanism and film advance, he explained something about it, about this camera. The form factor of this camera would not be very interesting because the mount that was on the camera was a screw, a thread, but that would be impossible to install other lenses. So I machined this part that was original from this camera. I buy a Nikon to FD adapter and I machined the parts and I fitted the Nikon mount here. I put a small hole, so when I need to remove the lens, I must press this pin. Here, there's a small camera that is pointing towards the gate where the film passes, and this camera here is a flat cable that will connect to a controller that can record to a micro SD the image or send the image through Wi-Fi to a smartphone. Why I need that? To see if the image is in focus. Where is the film? Imagine this could be a digital sensor, but no, this is film. This purple color is because this is X-ray film. When I bought the cameras, they brought some X-ray film. On a normal film camera with film, there will be a spinning mirror. Either let the light pass through the gate, or either the light reflects in its mirror and it go to a prism, to a viewfinder. As I don't have that mechanism, I have this simple shutter, as you see. So this shutter covers the gate. How much time? It's not about time, it's shutter angle. As you can remember on cameras like digital cameras that they have shutter angle, that shutter angle on the digital camera can be changed. On this camera it cannot be changed. It's fixed to either, I think, 172.8 or 178.2. I don't remember quite well, but for this purpose it's not very important. And this small camera is actually one of a kind. For the first time, I could be shooting film and seeing the image being formed on the gate, because the image on the gate is upside down. And if you didn't understand what was shutter angle, is this. This is rotating. Now the film is stopped. I will put a mark here, 1. And you see, I'm rotating. And as soon the gate is covered, the film advances. No, the film is not always passing through the gate. To be exposed, the film needs to stop. In this case, the gate is blocked by the shutter, and as soon the shutter reveals the gate, we have another clean frame. I will mark as 2. Advance again. Now I'll do something beautiful. I will paint a frame and put a tree. And why I'm doing that? After this test, I will show you what happens, what actually happened on the film, and how the frames are distributed along the film. Remember, this is cinema camera. The film strip is going vertically. On a photographic camera, the film strip would go horizontal, on horizontal way. Let's advance another frame. Let's paint another frame. 4. And what is 10 frames? For you that like this stuff, 10 frames, it's 10 photos spread along a film strip. Now let's see what is inside the film. Let's push this aside, and now, as you can see, look, remember I was painting frames alongside the film strip, and if I open film, and the frame number 1 doesn't appear here yet because the film didn't reach yet. But I can show you here. There's a frame, the 4, the 5, the 6, the 7, the 8, the 9, the 10, and so on. Oh, you understand the purpose? This is frames, not some abstract concept on a memory card. This is actual frames. And each frame has a size of 4 perforations. These little holes here, and back in the time, the anamorphic cameras, instead of shooting 4 perforations, they would shoot 5, because when you shoot anamorphic, you need more vertical resolution. The register pin that would lock the film, so during the exposure, the film will be locked on the gate. Let's advance. Here comes the shutter. Let me reframe this a little bit. Just a little bit. Okay. Here we have the gate. It's a Super 35 gate because it used the film from that little perforations one side to another. And why it's called Super 35? Because back in the day, the film strip was not, the gate was not all used for image. A little portion like this of the film strip would be used for optical audio, like really polished metal, so the film would advance very fast. And here As you can see, I'm not touching with this metal part because it's not meant to be. There's a register pin that would lock the film, and there's the needle that will go off and push the film up. And when the register pin is out, the needle that pushed the film goes inside the camera. And when the register pin goes inside the camera, the pin that pushed the film comes off. There was an instruction here how to load the film, and the nurse, imagine the nurse was not a photographer, was not a cinematographer, but she could load the film. It's not very hard. On this side, there's a small line here that would be facing down. And to load the magazine into the camera is very, very simple. Anyone can do it. It's to lock it on the top part side, on the top of the camera, and lock it. And with this lever, it's done. If you want to help me in this project, you can. I will need some financing for film developing, because I have some old stock film on my fridge, so I don't need really need money to buy film, but I will need some money to develop this stuff and to finish this project. I think I have all the parts, all the components, but I really will need some to finish this project. And if you want to help me with this project with a small amount of your money, if you can help me with $5, $2, $1, $10, whatever you feel comfortable of helping me, you can contact me on the comments below. So if you want to help me to finish this project, will be very welcome. And now, the thing that all the population on Earth was expecting, installing the lens. This is a Nikon 51.4, fully manual, with manual control of the apertures. And this is very easy. We put the lens, this lens, and lock it. And here you can see the aperture control. And now you think, okay, are you going to expose the image? Very simple. You know, when I put the film back in here, one thing that I don't have to bother at all is ISO, because it's fixed on the film. So one more thing not to think about it. This lever here, by the way, is to hold the film steady on the roll, but also to inform me how many film is inside. I will show you if my hand can reach the other side. Look here. This actually can show you how many meters, foot are still left on this camera. This camera is only for photographers, cinematographers, people that understand film. It's not for button pushers, because you need to know a little bit more than pushing a button. And how do I expose? As I said, the ISO is embedded on the film. I don't have to bother at all. The exposure, the shutter angle, it's 1 above 48. So another thing that I don't really have to bother. So ISO and shutter angle and converted to shutter speed is 1 above 48. Imagine if my film is 250 and my shutter is 1 above 48, it just do the math. It will have it will need imagine if you start with a Sony f16. Imagine if your aperture is f16, the shutter should be 1 above your ISO. Imagine I put the aperture at f16 and my ISO of the film is 250. My shutter needs to be 1 above 250. It's not. It's 148. What you need to do is go a full stop back. So 250 ISO, it would go 1 above 125. You go back again 1 above 70 something, and so on until you reach 148 of a second. And you just need to do the math. How lower did you get? 3 stops? 4 stops? Okay, you go 4 stops. You need to put an ND of 4 stops in front of the lens. But if you want to open the aperture from f16 to lower, imagine f16, f11, f8, f5, 6. If you want to put a lens at 5, 6, you have to put extra 4 stops. Like that, you put here a ND8. For a little bit of safety, I would go with 9 stops. A neutral density filter in front of the lens of 9 stops, and I could be a little bit lower than f5.6, around f4, between f4 and f5.6. If you want to go full to 1.4, so f5.6, f4, to 8, 2.4, 5 stops would go. Imagine if you wanted to shoot full wide open during the day, you needed to put almost 14 stops of ND filter. That's how magical this lens is a 1.4. Imagine if I want to shoot 1.4 with this film during the day, sunny day, I would need to put almost 14 stops of cut. And that's the beauty of film. And of course, the beauty of this camera. See it, it's beautiful. This camera is amazing. I can't stop looking to this camera. It's really, really, really amazing. Let me go a little bit further. Okay. Let's keep my rotation. And if you didn't understand anything that I said, you probably need to study a little bit. This camera will go live. If I have some help, it will be live faster than later, and let me show you just one very interesting stuff. You know these lines are not just static lines. Even these ones, this one and this one are rollers. So the film roll here, and this one are steel rods. So the film can really slide or glide or go very fast on these steel rods. Imagine this camera would shot 90 frames per second, and the other model that I have would go 150 frames per second. More than we are talking today on modern cameras. One of these cameras, I bought it here in Europe, I don't know, maybe German or UK, I don't remember. And the other one, I bought it on a website that sells used cameras on South Africa. All eBay stuff. I have 3 magazines. This is the normal size, I think is 100 foot. Yeah. And I have a bigger one, a huge one, I think it takes 400 foot probably, yeah. If you are still here seeing this beautiful camera, it's because you love this stuff. I just have some double side here, and I will try to show you. Okay. Here there is a plate that has 24, I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, no, it has 12 slots. But this sensor here, it captures 24, like I said, state changes. For the Arduino stuff, this sensor has 3 pins. It will count 24 each frame. And by a simple math, summing in a second how many steps does it count, it divided by 24 is the number of frames. It will show on the small OLED display how many frames per second. The controller is simple, a voltage regulator that I will calculate for 24p or to 25p, but as this shutter is fixed and optimized for 24p, I will keep it 24p. I installed here an XLR jack to give power to the motor, because big motor, but probably very demanding on current. And I keep this video long because I know out there are persons and people that love this stuff like I do, and they really wanted to see this stuff. Thank you so much for watching. And see you on my another episode, as I will develop further and further this project to complete the control box that has an LCD. I bought this variable voltage selector, very precise, on off, and here we'll have a switch that either you press it, the camera runs. If you take your finger out, the camera stops, or a switch that you go to the other side and the camera runs until you stop it. Here it will have an OLED screen that is telling you real-time the FPS of the camera, ventilation, CineKenta, that is my brand, the XLR connection for power, and a CAT, like a network adapter that I will make another connection here for a network cable just to pass the simple information like voltage for the... I don't think I need voltage, but probably, yeah, probably I would go for the pins that reads the frame rate. As you see, everything is still not connected. And here I will have a small power adapter that will power everything up. And on this side, I would thought that would be nice to have this Arri stuff. I really love this camera. I don't see the point so much on modern Arri cameras because they are so expensive, and we have better options out there that cost less money. Thank you for watching. Keep coming to my channel because there will be development on this project. And if you want to help me, please, you are welcome. Contact me. Thank you very much. Thumbs up and subscribe.